Hey y'all, I am so excited to be here. We are about to start our 90 days in the Psalms. Whew, I can't believe I am doing this, but God has always had my back. So I just wanted to do a quick video of what you can expect over the next 90 days, how we're going to proceed, what you should do, how you should prepare. Um, I'm just in awe of what God is about to do. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you. Thank you for joining the Facebook group. Thank you for following me on Instagram. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being on board and being willing to take this step. 90 days is no joke. It seems like a long time, but I expect it to go quickly. But in that quick time, I expect us to learn a lot. So why am I doing this? First off, I'm doing this as a way to launch my YouTube channel. When God told me to make the YouTube channel, I said, okay, God, but I don't know what to do, so you lead me, and that is why we are here. I love the Psalms so much. I have studied the Psalms for years. I have researched, I have read books. I just cannot get enough of the Psalms. And I think the reason why is because they have been so instrumental in keeping me afloat during the hard times. The Psalms are laid out in such a way that, to me personally, they're easy to memorize, they're easy to remember. They're laid out in such a way that I understand it. And they really just resonate with me because the Psalms are so real. They do not make any assumptions that life is great or is supposed to be great or is going to be great. They they just go into such depth and imagery about the pits of life, about the desperate times, about the evil times, about experiencing these droughts, about experiencing the battle, about worry and anxiousness and fear. And at the end of it all, they trust in God, right? The writers trust in God. And so it's just something about them that draws me in, and I really, really see God all in the Psalms. And I hope that you can learn to appreciate them. You might not be as nerdy as me when it comes to the Psalms, but I hope that you are able to gain some insight in the value of these scriptures. They aren't just supplemental to the other books of the Bible. They prophesy other books in the Bible. They are on their own lovely. They're on their own, they are complete on their own. They give and bring revelation. So I just want everyone to share in this excitement with me, I guess you could say. But they also benefit us because there's a level of intimacy that we see in the Psalms that we don't see in other places, right? These are firsthand accounts from the writers, so it's not someone writing about it. It is their realities during the times they go through. So, what can you expect over these 90 days? First and foremost, there will be 1 to 3 Psalms per day. We have to get through 150 of them. So we'll be combining some into one day. It'll be usually 2. Some days it'll be 1 if it's really long. Other days it'll be 3. And what we'll do is we'll read through those, and then I have prepared videos that I have created out of the revelation that I received from the Psalm. So, for instance, if we're reading Psalms 1 and 2, my videos will read through Psalm 1, then give a brief context and give a revelation that I received for that Psalm, and then we'll do the same for Psalm 2. And then the next day, we'll do those Psalms, and so on and so forth. Each of my videos is about 15 to 20 minutes, so not too long, but you can expect to maybe spend 30 to 45 minutes at the very least getting into these Psalms. And that's because I believe you have to read the Psalms at least 3 times. The first time would be to just read it as you see it, as the poem. The second time would be to read it in its historical or cultural context. So, what was going on when, say, David wrote this? Where was he fleeing? What was he facing? And so on and so forth. And then I suggest going back and reading it from a present time context. What would this look like now? What would this look like in my life? How have I felt, or when did I feel the same way that the writer was feeling? And then I believe that you read it again then from a new perspective, because we can get lost in the Psalms just by the words that are used. If we take a psalm and David is talking about marching up to the temple, or he is talking about going on to the battlefield, or even words like fortress and refuge, we can be shifted into thinking it's only applicable to that time and that setting. But it really is applicable to our everyday lives. So we have to see it from all perspectives. So again, I would say 30 to 45 minutes at the very least. Watching the video, I would suggest read it once, maybe read it again, watch the video, and then read it from a new perspective that I may give. I want everyone to get their own revelations out of this. This is not about me teaching you what the exact word is. I want you to go into the psalm for yourself and get what you need, because my revelation may not be your revelation, and God may be speaking to you about something completely different than he's speaking to me about it. All right? So I also just wanted to become a group, a community. If you are on the Facebook group, I want discussions. I want to hear your revelations. I want questions. If you have any questions about what certain words mean or how it could even apply to our life, that's a great place. It can happen on Instagram too. It can happen in the comments of my YouTube channel. Whatever it may be, I want this to be interactive, not just me speaking at you. And then finally, this is a call to do your own research. I have a couple of books that have been instrumental for me. The first is, I know this is probably backwards, but I'll put it in the description. This is an N.T. Wright book, an amazing, amazing man of God. The Case for the Psalms. This reads like a book. It's not a study guide, but he goes in depth about how we are to apply the Psalms to our lives. Every Christian should have this book, in my opinion. The second book is this commentary by Kidner. If you're studying the Psalms, I also think that this is essential. It's a 2-set book. He goes psalm by psalm with Greek translation. In some of them, he talks about the context, its purpose, or whatever. And then finally, you need a Bible. You can use whatever Bible you want, whatever translation. Each day, I will use a different translation, so my translation will not be the same, but prayerfully, we will be able to agree on what the text is saying from a historical and cultural context. And that's really all you need, other than an open mind and a yielded heart. I really want you to get everything you can out of these 90 days. I want new revelation to happen. I want this to drive you to go into other books and study them and get into them. I want you to be able to connect scriptures to the Psalms, because it is supplemental in many ways. I want you to be able to recall the Psalms. I just want you to come out of this on the other side being closer to God, because that is my desire. It's my desire for myself and for you. So I thank you again for coming on this journey with me. I'm excited. I hope you are too. And I cannot wait to start tomorrow. All right. See you later.